What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be talking about Surging Sparks single card prices. Surging Sparks was one of those sets that just kind of like launched the entire Pokemon craze. I feel like a lot of people got into the hobby right around then. That was the last like set that I was able to like find like relatively easily for the first like 2 weeks that it was out. And then everybody started buying up everything, and that's kind of what started the time that we're in right now. So it's really nice to see some of these cards like finally starting to come down, especially because I'm still reluctantly trying to master set Surging Sparks, even against my better judgment. So I thought I would take a look at some of the single prices from this set and just kind of see how they're trending and what's going on with it. Because honestly, like what these cards are doing now is usually what happens to sets like a month after they release, not like not like 6 months after they release. So it's just kind of interesting to look at and see where they are now and where they were, and kind of the inflated prices that they all got to. Before I start looking at cards, I just wanted to say thank you guys for watching and subscribing and being a part of the channel. And if you're new here, thanks for tuning in. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment down below what you guys are picking up from, you know, this set, if you're picking up any cards in this little dip that it's having. I know that I am, because like I said, I'm trying to complete a master set. So yeah. So yeah, let's look at this set from when it came out. Let's say it came out in October, the end of October, and all of the prices obviously were kind of inflated, and they all definitely dropped, but they didn't drop as much as I thought they would. They kind of went back up and kind of just like leveled off. Like this Lycia's Appeal card started at an insanely high price, then went down to like 60 bucks and kind of just stayed at $60 until about 2 months ago, and then they all started coming down. So now this card's about $40, which is kind of where I would like place the card. I feel like it might even go a little lower, like 35, but just like the decline that it has had in the last couple months is like pretty nice for people who collect these kind of things, because like realistically, like a booster box of this set has been pretty consistent right around like, you know, between 240 and 230. I think like with reprints coming, it's starting to go down a little bit, but like realistically, like you're not gonna pull, like I've opened up 2 of these and I pulled a special illustration rare out of one of them. So like you might as well just take your $240 and just buy a bunch of singles with it and like make up for the amount of money that you would be spending on this. Like I get the appeal of having a booster box, like sealed booster box, or opening a booster box. It's like fun to open packs and stuff. But like this is crazy. Like I wouldn't spend this much money on like a modern set. Next up, we got Jasmine's Gaze. This card actually kind of started, this card has kind of stayed relatively right around the $35 mark, and now it's kind of dipping down to 30 bucks, which is like, I'd probably put a lot of these like full art female trainers, I feel like, in that range of like $30. I mean, it's not like a crazy playable card, so that's probably why it hasn't gone up too much. And it's also just like kind of a weird, a weirder art. I mean, she's just like stuffing her face with a sandwich. So the Drayton card never really got too much, and now it's down to about $12. I might actually just pick this up right now. Boop, add to cart. I am trying to complete a master set, so adding some of this stuff would be pretty cool. Yeah, same with the Clemens Quick Wit. I actually pulled this card, so that was kind of cool. I got it out of an ETB. I really like this artwork. Out of all of the special illustration rares, the Lycia's Appeal obviously is probably one of the better ones, just because of the Altaria that's in it. But like, I really like the Clemens Quick Wit. I wish I had some sort of like Pokemon in the background, like kind of chilling with them, but it is what it is. I really do like this card. Then we got the Alolan Exeggutor. That was a couple months ago, sitting right around 60 bucks. I feel like it was kind of just had been around $60, like besides the initial spike, hovering right around 60 bucks, and then kind of took a dip about 40% down to $40. Next up, we got the Archaludon EX. Same kind of thing. Now it's sitting right around $20, where it was about 30. So the same like percentage drop off. And I think I'm gonna add this guy. They need to get rid of the Japanese. Like, why are the Japanese stuff in the same? This is a Japanese listing. I'd probably click on that and be like, oh sweet, we'll add this guy to the cart. Why not? I wish I had a playset of these ones, because they're kind of cool, but I kind of like playing with the full art ones instead. This one I actually just picked up recently. So this one kind of had a really big fall off. It's down almost 50%, but it was up at $90 in March, and now it's down to $50. I picked this up a week ago because I was like, dude, this is what really kind of sparked me into looking into these Surging Sparks cards, because I kind of just like wrote it off as like, all right, whatever, I'm just gonna pick them up as I go, and like hopefully they come down and whatever. But I saw the Hydreigon card had gone down almost to like $50. I was like, this is crazy. Like, I gotta pick this card up now. This card is super sick. Like, I really, really like this Hydreigon card. And to see it like actually coming down to a price that's like, all right, this is kind of when I need to like start buying these singles, is pretty exciting actually for like a collector, not gonna lie. Next up, we got the Latias card. It was right around $250, and I feel like it was kind of sitting there for a bit, bopping right around $230 to $260 or $250 for a decent amount of time. And then now it's below $200. It's at $185. Will I pay $185 for this? Well, I don't know. Some of the listings are going for $160, so I feel like this could even come down more. This is one of those cards where it's like, okay, rather than buy a booster box, I'm just going to buy this card, because you're probably not going to get a better card than the Latias card out of your booster box. Unless you pull a Pikachu, which I like to be a little bit more realistic and think that that's probably not going to happen. But the Latias is a sick artwork, and to see it coming down like this is very inspiring for people like me who are just trying to pick it up. And like I said, even smaller listings or lower price listings like $160 is pretty nice to see from a set that kind of just like blew up out of nowhere and was really hard to find. Now we got the Milotic EX. This card is was hovering right around $150 in March, and now it's down to almost $100. I think you can get, yeah, there's a couple listings. Oh, those are Japanese. There's a couple listings here for underneath $100. We got one right here for $97 plus shipping, $90 plus shipping. These are Japanese, so ignore those. So like coming down even more than this pricing right here, which is really nice to see. I really like the fact that this card is now below $100. I mean, just for the affordability of it, like this card is probably one of my more favorite artworks in the whole set. Pairing this with the Feebas is super sick. Next up, we got the Durant. This card, I don't know, this card is like, card's an interesting one. I don't think it's like seeing much play like at all, but the artwork is cool. I really do like it. It's really nice and like kind of goofy, silly artwork. And it's coming down the same as everything else, about losing about 50 to 40% of its price. And yeah, right now sitting right around $21, $22. Now we're looking at the big dog, the Pikachu EX. Yeah, so this card, like, I think was pre-selling for like around $300, and then just shot up to about almost $500. And it's kind of hovered around $450 for the longest time, and now it's back down below those pre-sale prices at $290. And I'm fairly certain that there are some listings. Yeah, there's some listings down here for like $260. So this card's gonna keep falling more and more. And this is where I get into the territory of like, okay, is it even worth buying a booster box of this set when I could just buy the best card in the set that I'm probably not going to pull and not make my money back? Like, the chance of you making your money back off of a booster box of Surging Sparks, especially with the way that the illustration rares are right now, a lot of them are not selling for that much. Why not just like buy one of these and then buy like say 4 illustration rares for like $2, and then that's your booster box right there. Anyway, I just think it's interesting that Surging Sparks has had this kind of like downward trend. I guess if you're like really invested in this set, it kind of sucks, but I think that from like a collectability standpoint, this is really good news, and it's a really good sign that like the market is kind of correcting itself. So I'm all for it. I think the boom in Pokemon, or at least in the Scarlet and Violet stuff, is kind of leveling out, subsiding, which is really good for people who are trying to collect that kind of stuff. I think the focus now is going back to more vintage stuff, which is what it is. And I guess Sword and Shield now is vintage, so people are going crazy for that. I'll do that's a whole nother talking point. But I just wanted to, kind of bring people's awareness to these Surging Sparks cards in case there's a card you want to get for your master set or just have in general, and you have been waiting for these prices to come down, and reluctantly they haven't been for months and months, and now they're starting to trend downward, which is good news, I think, across the board for everybody. Even people who are in the mindset of like collecting these to sell later, it's like, well then yeah, now's the time to like sell it, because it's just gonna keep getting lower and lower. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new, and thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.